Hello everyone, this is Calvin Castine and welcome once again to Business Beat, and we're on Route 11 about a mile east of the Village of Moores, and we're not going to be able to say Village of Moores for too many more years, but for the time being we can still say it. About a mile east of the Village of Moores on Route 11, and we're at Tom's Farm Equipment and we're talking to Tom. Is your last name Farm Equipment?
Not as far as I know. Tom Bedard.
Tom Bedard of Tom's Farm Equipment. How long have you been here, Tom, in this running this operation?
We started our 5th year. Started January '90. So business, getting bigger and better every year, which is usually what they want to see.
Especially you.
Definitely. But yeah, we've just had open house, 2-day open house we hold every year. This is our 4th year we've had it.
I know yesterday you were competing with a neighboring open house, but that must probably helped you in the long run if you had farmers from out of town that might have gone to take an advantage to go to Jack Dragoons in your place in the same day. Is that kind of happen? A little bit of people have to travel a distance?
I'd say yes, it did help me out, being they drive to one and go to the other, instead of wasting, or that some will, so to speak, say wasting. It's go out one day and they can hit both. It is a good idea. And I wish we could get together on it and probably more.
But you'd had no idea when his was when you scheduled yours. I don't think he conferred with you on when to have his open house, right?
That's for sure. But no, I said it back in January was when I was going to have mine. I told the company reps that this the days I got for mine, and we usually hold it the first week of April every year. We try to stay from putting it on April 1st or something like that, but other than that, yeah.
You don't want any April Fool's Day open houses?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it would work out better. We don't know.
You might have a few tricks pulled on you. So we're here, and I know from the last time I visited with you, we were here a couple of years ago. You've added a couple of lines. You've got some different equipment in. I know right in back of us we have Simplicity.
Yes, we took on Simplicity last fall, about in October. Got into the snow blowers, and that went very well, especially with last winter, all the snow we got. And for this spring, being a lower price unit, it looks like very promising to sell a lot of units. It's a good product also. It's lower price than our Kubota, but as far as quality, it's really well made, and it's also made in the U.S. Like some people have commented, they wanted something made in America.
The Kubota is Japanese made, right?
Right.
And but it's kind of Kubota, if we're talking cars, would kind of be close to your Cadillac Lincoln type of vehicles. That the type of thing we're talking about, probably as far as quality.
Definitely in the quality. They got a lot of features that some of the other brands don't even have. There's a lot of things. Even for instance, a Kubota engine is even used in some other brands, which is not uncommon because Kubota is actually the largest small diesel engine maker in the world.
I was chatting with somebody who sells another line of equipment recently, and they kind of proudly said that their machine had a Kubota engine in it, and so the Kubota engine is well known. Eh?
Definitely. So it's known to last a long time. But this got the price that backs it up too, and that's biggest reason that in American made is why we went to Simplicity also.
So we went to something that's lower priced and American made. Where in America is Simplicity made? I've heard of it, but I don't think there's been any dealers in the area before.
Well, there's been dealers in the area, but it's made in Wisconsin. That's where it comes from. They'll use some same kind of engines as some of the other brands that are sold around.
This is a fairly big model we're looking at right here. This is a Hydro 20. What's a Hydro mean and what's the 20 mean?
Well, it's the model of it's actually a Sunstar, and it's hydrostatic drive, and it's 20 horsepower. It's got a Kohler V 2-cylinder engine.
Now is 20 horse about as big as they get?
This is the biggest in their garden tractors, as far as in the Simplicity, yes. This model actually has got power steering and it can even put a front end loader on it. It's a little bit different for a garden tractor. Put a front end loader on it, but being only 2-wheel drive, it's not as handy as like the Kubota. We get into the compacts, it's 4-wheel drive. It gets around really well, but the price is there also.
You got a 40-inch cutter. Is that about as large as they come?
No, it's available either in a 48 or a 60 inch. There's about a $800,000 difference between a 48 and 60 inch.
So if you're talking 5 feet, you're cutting quite a swath.
Yes. We get up to 60 inch on the garden tractors in the Kubota also. But they go down and pretty small also. 40 inch, they're smallest. As in the Simplicity, they'll go down, I believe it's 30 inch. They got loader riders, pushers, and everything. We even got into the pushers in the Simplicity and the Kubota.
I don't think I saw the push mowers over this way, Justin. The last time we were here, were you carrying the push mowers before?
No, I just got into them for this spring. We got both the Simplicity and the Kubota, for people to see. There is a difference in quality by looking at them, and definitely on price. But Simplicity does have a good unit also in the pusher.
And anything if you pay more, you expect a little bit better quality. It's that's kind of takes for granted, right?
Right. That's normal.
I notice you have a bag on these. Do they come in mulchers too, or just the bag type, or what? How do they come?
Well, they come in the Kubota. They come standard with a bagger. It is available with a deflector to send it off to the side, and also available as a mulcher kit to put on them. There you got commercial one, which we got one of each in the commercial and the homeowner. They're both 5 horse, 21-inch cut. But by pushing them, you can see the difference. In them, they're using the ball bearings in the wheels, larger wheels, compared to other brands. Like our Simplicity is just the plastic wheels, like the majority of them have. Kubota on the commercial are running a steel wheel, which is a little stronger built machine.
Okay, they do have some plastic wheels also in a lower price. Is that what you're saying? Or?
Yes, that's for the homeowner type machine, but they also have the bearings in the plastic wheel.
Okay, and if Justin can swing that over there, we see a chipper shredder. What line of company is making that?
Simplicity. They got quite a few models. They even get into the 3-point hitch version in the chipper shredder. We have the 814, which is an 8-horse 14-inch drum or rotor. It's probably one of the very few manufacturers that have the this little hammer type knife in them, which kind of helps when you get into a hard, big enough piece of wood or hard wood. They do a really nice job chipping.
Well, that's the type of thing that's becoming more and more popular, huh?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the unit we got here, the guy came in the other day, it sold, and I mentioned something to him about if we could keep it around for our open house, and he says, no problem, I don't need it right away.
So he rented it to you?
Well, cheap rent.
Okay, I know you mentioned as we were starting this that your brother Pat, who's in cahoots with you here. Is that the right word, cahoots? Is that how we describe Pat?
I don't know if cahoots is the proper word. No, he's actually like an employee now. He's been like that for the past year and a half or so, and he's out on the service call. It's basically you got to be out on call most of the time. You never know when something breaks.
I think that's one of the things you guys have prided yourselves in over the past several years, is your service and your availability.
Yes, and we're open till 7, all weekdays and Saturday. And there's a possibility sometimes even on Sunday you might catch us sneaking around here, try to get caught up on something we fell behind on or something. So you never know, if you call on Sunday, we could be here. Some people have experienced that in the past.
So if somebody is happening by and they see you roaming around here on a Sunday, you don't mind if they stop in? You're not going to say, come back during working hours?
No, that's for sure. No, the way I kind of look at it is you treat the people the way you like to be treated, and so yeah, I definitely won't tell them to get out or anything like that. It's pretty tough, in a business if you want it to succeed to have that type of attitude, to tell them to get out or something.
So you will sell a lawnmower or whatever on Sunday if it came to that, but obviously you like to have an hour or two off once in a while also, right? So you wouldn't want to get in the habit of it, but if people want it, you'll cooperate.
Yes, it's like I say, I kind of like to picture if I was on the other side of the fence, so to speak, and I'd like to build to get myself going if I was broke down, if it's at all possible. So it's a good idea to be able to get going, especially like a farmer. If they're feeding their cattle and something breaks, a lot of times they like to be able to get the parts to get going, no matter when it is.
As cattle have to eat, whether it's Saturday night or Sunday morning or whenever, right?
That's right.
Or the barns have to be cleaned or whatever the situation is.
Yes. It's probably something we're really devoted to the business, to have to be open those hours, but you kind of have to if you're going to make it. You got to have something that you're either better than the rest, or something that you express that you're there with the hours to serve your people, your customers.
Okay. Anything else on the Simplicity or the Kubota mowers before we venture to another spot? I see you have a snowblower here on this Kubota. This is a rather large model. Tell us about this one. Is this diesel? Are all the Kubotas diesel? I can't remember from last time we talked. Some are diesel, some are gas?
Yes, there's some of both. Actually, this model here is a G2000, which is a 21 horse, 3-cylinder gas. It's liquid cooled, got a radiator on it, just like the diesel does. It's about $150 cheaper than the diesel, which is not very much difference. But gas usually is a lot cheaper, but not this particular one, because the engine in there is almost like an engine in a small car.
Okay, you're saying all things being equal, the gas-driven, gas-powered will be cheaper than a diesel-powered?
Yes, about $150 retail price cheaper than the diesel.
What's the reason for the diesel being more expensive? Why is it more desirable to have a diesel-powered vehicle than a gas-powered?
Well, diesel engine will last longer. The life expectancy is longer. But the difference in price is, diesel's got an injection pump, which is a lot more money than buying a carburetor for a gas engine. There's a few little odds and ends, different, but overall, if somebody don't mind a diesel engine, both for the noise and the smell, it's basically a better unit to buy for the money.
Okay, you say the noise, this has more noise or less noise?
The diesel has got a little bit more noise, but once you've put them to work, like for instance with a mower, either unit is going to be noisy enough. It don't matter. The mower makes the noise. You don't hear the engine anymore.
Yeah, once you start cutting that grass, you're not going to hear the motors, right? And you got a blower on the front. What sizes do the blowers come?
They got one size for all these. It's a 42-inch width, 2-stage. It's the only way Kubota makes them is in 2-stage. Actually, the unit we have here is sold. We had a guy that was going on vacation. He left on a Sunday for Florida, and the unit came in on a Monday, which it was supposed to come in on a Thursday. But being that he had a snowstorm, he didn't make it in time for him. So he's supposed to pick it up probably in the next week.
Well, he won't be mowing any lawns right away, but he probably could use it to blow the snow, right?
Yeah, if you look outside today.
Okay, anything else you want to mention on the Kubotas before we move on? Or the Simplicity?
Not really, no. They do have like finance, though. I guess I should mention that. Right now their rate is 8%, standard rate, with a 25% down, which a lot of times a trade-in could even count as their down payment. And they're a very good company to finance with. I've had very good luck with it. Sold probably about 70 to 80% of our units through their finance. They even have like the 8% for the bigger tractors. They go up to the 91 horsepower in the agricultural tractors, which is medium size for an average farmer. They got the 3-year engine drivetrain warranty at no extra cost or deductible. That's on all the Garden Series tractors on up through the farm tractors. I guess that pretty much covers it.
Okay, we're going to switch locations and stay with us. We've moved a little ways and we're in front of a blue piece of machinery, and I see Pat's on the side. Is this Pat's Blue Ribbon, or what is this?
No, it's as far as I know, it's a Pat's. This is a silo loader. It's one of their products they have. Pat's a company that makes all kinds of like barn equipment, and they're into like mixers and that type of equipment now.
Talking feed mixers?
Yes, TMR feed mixers, both in a tumbler and auger type, and open top, which has been a pretty good seller for myself here. Been moved quite a few units already since I'm in with it. I even heard the other day that from the Pat's rep that I'm up like on a list of the top 40 dealers in the country now.
Wow.
And it's kind of surprised me.
And they've got 42 dealers.
See how many they know.
Now, Pat's I'm familiar with from barn cleaners primarily. They've been around for quite a while.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure the Pat's, as far as barn cleaners, either in the 40s, maybe, I don't know, in the 50s for sure, they had barn cleaners, because I had a guy in looking for parts, and the cleaner was back in the late 50s.
We have a guest here. What's your name? Oh, silent guest. This Lorraine's daughter?
Yes, Megan, a little niece.
I see your sister Lorraine came here with a couple of her kids to have a meal. How did the Michigan business do in the last 2 days?
It was a booming business.
You ever been to any of the open houses that any of the farm or lawn and garden dealers do? Usually they give you something to munch on, especially when you're dealing with farmers. Farmers are always hungry. So Tom's specialty is Michigans and goulash.
Well, so far that's what we've been putting out, and I've had a very good response. Both the showings and also the comments from the people saying that they really like the food. It's something different than what they're used to.
So it's a reason to come, but you don't want them just to come to eat. You'd like them to at least look around. You haven't got to buy something when you come to these things, but at least take a look at what's available. That's the whole purpose of this, right?
Right, but no, I can't really say much. As far as you can't tell them you can't eat or anything like that. But no, I think I've been treated pretty fair with the people coming in. I get a few that'll come in both days, but that's all right. I don't worry about it. I can't be quite that cheap, but it does cost quite a bit of money to have like open house with putting out the food and all. But
any idea how many Michigans you might have gone through in the last 2 days?
Roughly? Since say not really. I'm not the one that was serving them, but I know I was the one buying them.
When you get that bill for the hot dogs, you're gonna know.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've been pretty busy at that food table, as far as I know. They couldn't believe it. We had just in our first day, I'd say as much, if not more, going through as we did in the past year on both days. And our second day here, I'd say we basically doubled the amount we had in the first day.
So today was busier than yesterday?
Oh, by far, yes. I'd say at least double.
Well, yesterday, we're going to show this on Thursday, and we're taping this on Wednesday, so unlike most of the events we have, we're not going to hold this one up. I saved room on Thursday's tape for it, mainly because we had a board meeting that ran shorter than I thought it might. And on Tuesday, the weather was very nice outside. Today, on Wednesday, as you people watching this know, it's been miserable. So, or yesterday, the farmers in particular might have been outside finding something to do, a little cleaning up or nailing something up here and there. Today, they probably want it to be inside somewhere.
It's very possible. No, I'd want to be inside myself. No, it's that wet snow. It kind of keeps you out of the weather. But,
So, did you have some dealer reps here in the last 2 days?
oh yeah, I had my share of them. No,
Did you have some that had to? I know it's gone now. You had a TV with a VCR going over there, and those are usually manned by somebody from the representatives from the dealers and such.
yes, I had quite a lot of them, and no, I've had very good response. We're with customers all day, you know, kind of going over the products and watching the tapes, and they kind of thought that I had a really good showing compared to what they've seen even. So it turned out really well. So it's something I got to do every year, I guess.
Once you start these things, it's kind of hard to get out of it, huh? People kind of tend to expect them.
Yes, that's for sure. But that's what I like, you know, some kind of like routine. You know, and keeping it about the same time every year, first week of April, and it seems to have turned out to be a pretty good time of year. It's kind of in between, you know, the winter and into the spring a little bit. You know, I don't know about this year, but yeah,
It's supposed to be spring, but it just hasn't. There's another one. What's this fella's name?
Bromley Hall. I have a B in my name.
You have a B in your name. Wow. Isn't that nice? You haven't got a B in your name, do you?
yeah, my last name.
Well, yes. But he was talking about his first name. His first name is Bromley? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Okay, I've never met anybody named Bromley before. So it's worth the trip right there. Tractors. I know last time I was here you had Heston tractors. Heston is no longer making the farm tractor. Is that correct? Am I understanding that right?
Heston used to be owned by Fiat, and back in '91, Fiat bought Ford New Holland. So in order to buy Ford New Holland, they had to liquidate of Heston, and because the Justice Department didn't want them to hold the two major lines of hay and forage equipment for the country. So they got rid of the Heston equipment, but they kept their Fiat tractors. So now I don't have a tractor from Heston. But Heston was bought by Agco Alice, and they have their own tractors.
I think she's ready to say her name. Are you ready to say your name now?
Okay.
Very good. She's really, really loud, huh?
Oh yeah.
Not a bit like her mother. Okay. So now you've got the Kubota tractors. How big does the Kubotas get?
Go up to 91 PTO horsepower. It's four-wheel drive, available four-wheel drive or cab or no cab, and also with loaders. And it's been a pretty well-liked product, Kubota. You know, I've basically yet to hear of a person that's ever owned a Kubota say really much of anything bad about it. They all like them. It's a product that's known to last a long time.
Okay, but 91 horse would kind of be the upper middle size for tractors, nothing in the real large ones, right? The horse, 150 horse.
Right. So 91 is, I'd say, medium-sized tractor for the average farmer. It is ideal size, like for running a loader. And with the Kubota, they're known to have a really good quality, especially in the loader. And I got one of those tractors that actually was supposed to be here for my open house, but I got the loader sitting out in the crate, but it ain't no good without a tractor.
Tractor didn't show up yet, huh? Okay, some of the other brands you have besides the ones we've mentioned already?
Well, you got Sunflower and the tillage equipment. You got Myers, it's forage boxes, kicker racks, and that type of equipment. Got Rhino, make brush mowers, blades, box blades, ditch bank mower. A lot of those equipments or products I have here on hand. And got Rovaback, it's a mixer, feed carts, and also now Pat's is coming out with a bedding chopper, which I should have one about a month from now. They got 3 models to choose from as far as in the horsepower range.
Do you get a lot of these dealers that come around trying to sign you up for their products? Does that happen a lot, or?
Yeah, you could basically have just about all the products there is available, but yeah, you got to put a limit to what you want to handle. And we've been basically holding off as good quality products and stay away from the ones junk, so to speak. We can't really get into something that you have to run the repair all the time.
When you're backing up your product with service, you'll be spending all your time doing that if you don't get into a good quality, right?
That's for sure. We've been very happy with what we've come up with. Like for Heston last year, I got a sheet in that showed that I was like number 91 on the parts as far as in the standings. This covers most of the eastern U.S. and as far as whole goods, I was number 15. Which is not too bad. That's probably why when the company rep came around, he kind of listened to what I had to say.
So you're saying that you sold a lot of their products and didn't need to repair a lot. Is that kind of that the gist of what you were saying?
Yeah, we've been doing really well with their product also, and they came out with a new type disc mower. Last year was their first year with it. I sold some units myself, and the only time we had need for any parts is farmer was actually it was on a Sunday again, but Pat happened to be around and they had hit a rock, but only a few little parts got them going again.
And there isn't much you can do when you hit a rock. Can't blame it on the equipment, right?
That's for sure. That happens no matter what brand.
Alrighty. I've just about run out of questions. Have you run out of answers yet?
I wouldn't say I have an answer for everything, but I'll try to come up with it. But no, basically this pretty much covers it. This year, if the way things look, so far the way they're going is we're planning to do a little addition, at least for the showroom type. We need more room to display our consumer products, which is the Simplicity and the small Kubota lawn and garden stuff. So it's something we're looking forward to be able to keep our product inside for the winter especially. So it looks promising.
Okay, and of course the name is Tom's Farm Equipment, but as you've just heard, there's a lot more here than just farm equipment. You haven't got to be a farmer to take advantage of what Tom deals.
That's right.
And if you're real lucky when you come here, maybe Pat will be around and you'll get to meet him. You'll have to give our regrets to Pat, but he's hard to slow down. He's always on the go, isn't he?
Yeah, we really can't stop him, especially if it comes evening, if there's something to be done. A lot of times he will be out there to do it, and I don't usually expect him to be here for 8 in the morning. So every once in a while he'll show up a little later, but that's all right. As long as he gets it done, it's the main thing. And that's why things go pretty well. Get along really well.
And you're working on repairs. You can't just say I'm going to start at 8 and finish at 5. You got to be available, as we've said earlier, when you're needed.
Right. It's kind of simple. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. That's one thing about Pat. He's good for getting the job done. Sometimes it might take him a little longer to what it should, but if it gets done right, I don't mind. And what we do, say if it seems to have took longer than it should have, we don't charge the customer the extra hours. We give them a break on it, because that's the way I'd like it if I was on the other side, like I mentioned earlier.
So when you come here to Tom's Farm Equipment, you can probably be expected to be treated as well as you would treat other people, depending on how you treat other people, maybe even better than you treat other people, right?
Well, yeah, probably.
Okay, that's going to wrap it up here. The Michigans are all just about gone, and and it's probably been a long, more than 2 days. You don't just show up on Tuesday and say we're going to do this. You've got to prepare for this ahead of time. It's probably been a long week, preparing over the weekend and everything, probably. Huh?
Oh yeah, even Easter Sunday, we spent all day here, pretty much, doing cleaning and getting things organized. It's been a long road to get this prepared, but we were kind of joking the other day. Said, well, it's a good excuse to get the place cleaned up, so to speak.
Yeah, that gives you some incentive to get it done because you know you have to do it. Where otherwise, it could always be done tomorrow. Otherwise, right?
Right. There's a lot more that really meets the eye to get one show like this together, but I don't mind it at all. Especially with the response we've had, very promising. So we're very happy with it. Thanks to everybody that showed up and supports us. Someday we'll be a little bigger and better. Hopefully we keep on growing.
I've been talking to Tom Bedard at Tom's Farm Equipment, and again, this is about a mile east of the village of Moores on Route 11.